Hello everyone, and welcome to the Learning Studio Zone. Today, we're talking about an exciting way to improve your English skills through listening to stories. Many people want to become fluent in English, but they struggle with finding effective ways to practice. Listening to stories is one of the most powerful and enjoyable methods to develop your English skills. By the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how story listening can help you improve and how you can make it a daily habit. So, let's dive right in. 1. Why stories? Let's start with why stories are so effective for language learning. Stories are a natural way of learning. When we were kids, we learned our native language mostly by listening to the stories told by our parents, teachers, or even cartoons. 3. Improving listening skills and pronunciation. Listening to stories is one of the best ways to improve your listening skills. Unlike listening exercises, stories have more depth and keep you interested. When you are understanding a story, you practice catching the main ideas, following along with the details, and understanding spoken English at different speeds. Also, by listening to native speakers, you'll pick up on pronunciation, intonation, and rhythm. English pronunciation can be tricky because it's not always consistent. For example, the fin though, through, and thought all sound different. But if you hear these words in stories, you'll start recognizing patterns and your pronunciation will improve naturally. If you're not sure about the pronunciation of certain words, you can even repeat parts of the story to practice. This is called shadowing, where you mimic the speaker. By doing this, you'll be able to develop a more natural accent and feel more confident when speaking. 4. Boosting comprehension and confidence. One of the biggest challenges when learning a language is feeling confident in your understanding. Story listening helps with this a lot. When you listen to a story, you're training yourself to understand English in context. Like exercising your brain to make sense of what you hear, even if you don't know every single word. The more you listen, the easier it becomes to understand and guess the meanings of new words from context. 5. Doing other tasks. Both types have their benefits. So, how can you actually start using stories to improve your English? One of the best ways is through audiobooks. Audiobooks are widely available and come in many genres, from fiction to self-help, so you can choose something you're genuinely interested in. Start with stories at your current level and gradually challenge yourself with more advanced books. If you're a beginner, look for children's books, as they often use simpler language and are easier to follow. As you progress, you can try novels, short, or even complex narratives. Podcasts are another fantastic resource. Many podcasts are story-based and range from short anecdotes to longer narratives. You can find podcasts on almost any topic you enjoy, whether it's history, science, or personal stories. Some podcasts also offer transcripts, so you can read along while you listen, which helps reinforce what you hear and improves your reading skills too. 6. Active listening versus passive listening. When you actively listen, you absorb more details and can pay closer attention to grammar and pronunciation. However, passive listening can be a great way to get used to the sounds and rhythm of English, especially if you don't have a lot of time to practice. You might not understand everything, but your brain is still picking up patterns and vocabulary. Try to mix both types in your daily routine. 7. Creating a story listening habit. Now, let's talk about how to make story listening a habit. Set a realistic goal for yourself. Maybe you can start with 10 or 15 minutes a day and gradually increase it as you get more comfortable. Choose times in your day when you're free to listen, like during your commute, while cooking, or right before bed. Consistency is key. Even if you listen for a short time each day, you'll make steady progress. If you're someone who learns well with structure, you could set specific goals, like listening to one short story or chapter per day. Some people find it helpful to keep a journal, noting new vocabulary or expressions they heard. This reflection will help reinforce what you've learned and give you a sense of accomplishment. 8. Enjoy the process. Finally, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Story listening shouldn't feel like a chore. Choose stories that genuinely interest you. Language learning is much more effective when it's enjoyable. Remember, the goal is to immerse yourself in English in a way that's fun and meaningful. Think of it this way: every time you listen to a story in English, you're taking one step closer to fluency. It's not about perfection, but progress. The more you expose yourself to the language, the more comfortable you'll become with it. Conclusion. To recap, listening to stories is a fantastic way to improve your English. It helps you build vocabulary, grammar, listening skills, and confidence. Start with audiobooks or podcasts at your level, practice active and passive listening, and make it a daily habit. And remember, enjoy the journey. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video inspires you to start using stories to boost your English skills. If you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and share with friends who might benefit from it too. See you in the next video, and happy listening.